Hi, today is October 20th, 2025, and here are my poems for the day. The first one is poem number 1629 for the year, Match Game. There were many game shows that I watched in my youth. Tattletales, The Joker's Wild, Truth or Consequences, The Price is Right, Hollywood Squares, but the one I was most religious about was Match Game. Two contestants would try to match answers with a panel of 6 celebrities. A typical panel might include Avery Schrieber, Brett Somers, Charles Nelson Reilley, Joanne Pflug, Richard Dawson before he got his own show, and Fannie Flagg. So the definition of celebrity was quite loose. There have been many iterations of Match Game, but the definitive version had Gene Rayburn hosting, which he did for 20 years. I watched an episode recently and thought for a brief moment how it's been 50 years and how everyone on the screen was most likely dead. And then I thought how wonderful it was that they seemed so alive, even as they were playing this ridiculous game, this ridiculous match game. Poem number 1630, Partier in Training. Shows like Match Game were a way for B or C list celebrities to earn a little extra cash during the lean times. After The Ghost and Mrs. Muir, I don't know what else Charles Nelson Reilley did besides game shows. And the only other thing I ever saw Brett Somers on was The Odd Couple. She was married to Jack Klugman. It was an easy gig. You did 5 episodes in a single day, and you could drink between and during episodes, which was why the Thursday and Friday episodes were often the most raucous. It was kind of like watching a bunch of people at a cocktail party playing a party game. In retrospect, it was almost like training for when I would later go to cocktail parties. Back when I drank, I was often an idiot at cocktail parties. I learned from the best. Poem number 1631, Golden Age Game Show Hosts. There was Gene Rayburn, Wink Martindale, Bert Convy, Bob Barker, Bob Eubanks, Richard Dawson, Monty Hall, Chuck Woolery, Peter Marshall, Alan Ludden, and Art Fleming. Those are the ones I remember watching. Those are the ones I consider to be Golden Age game show hosts. But I suppose I only consider them Golden Age because they were the hosts when I was watching. Your miles may vary. Some might call Pat Sajak Golden Age, but I think such people are out of their fucking minds. Poem number 1632, on game show hosting. Before Bert Convy hosted Tattletales, and before Richard Dawson got Family Feud, they were both regular panelists on Match Game. After I Dream of Jeannie and the Bob Newhart Show, Bill Daly was a panelist on Match Game. I kind of think Bill Daly might have been a good game show host too. Hell, if I liked people more, maybe I would have been a good game show host. Looked like a fun job, except for having to interact with so many people, which actually is a whole lot of the job, so maybe it wouldn't have been a fun job. And last poem of the day, poem number 1633, Game Show Immunity. When I was 12, 13, 14, 15, there were times when I felt guilty about all of the game shows I used to watch. I thought I was wasting my life. I thought that these game shows would turn me into a vegetable. I thought I would never amount to anything if I kept watching game shows all day. I didn't need my mother to tell me this. I told myself this. I'm not saying I amounted to anything, but I am saying I don't believe I would have amounted to anything more than I have amounted to if I hadn't watched all those game shows. I think I must have been born with some kind of game show immunity that prevented their potential ill effects from affecting me. At least, that's the story I'm going with today. Alright, that's it. Thank you. I appreciate you.